What makes one person different from another? What makes an African American different than a Caucasian? What makes a man different than a woman? Physical traits, gender, and racial origin aside, what is the true difference among these groups? Does it matter if an African American marries a Caucasian? Does it matter what gender these people are? Does true love only exist between a man and a woman? Love knows no racial or gender boundaries. I believe that we were all created equal to one another, and I stand before you today to tell you that I support and advocate for same-sex marriage. There are nearly 9 million Americans who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. That means there are nearly 9 million people who in most places cannot legally marry the person they love. Love is not a choice. You make the choice to be with someone, but you do not choose what you feel in your heart. What would you do if you'd chosen to get married only to find out it wasn't legal? Wouldn't you be upset? Wouldn't you fight for the right to be with the person you love? I know I would. I've been married to my wife, Rosalind, for 67 years. I can't imagine what all those years would have been like if I hadn't had my partner by my side. Same-sex relationships are not illegal in the United States of America, so why should their marriages be? Interracial marriage has been legal for almost 46 years since the Supreme Court overturned the case of Loving v. Virginia. In 1958, Richard and Mildred Loving were married in Washington, D.C., where interracial marriage was legal. However, it was not legal in Virginia, their home state. Why did they fight so hard to have their marriage recognized and accepted by the state of Virginia? Because they loved each other. They couldn't be married because people weren't comfortable with the idea of them being together. However, our country is filled with such a diversity of people, we cannot continue to make decisions simply because we aren't personally comfortable with an idea. There are a lot of people who can say that the Bible condemns the idea of same-sex marriage. Homosexuality was widespread in the ancient world for a long time before Christ was born. Jesus never said anything about homosexuality. In all of his teachings about multiple things, he never said that same-sex relationships should be condemned. Jesus taught that love is more important than anything, including discomfort, judgment, and fear. Personally, I think it is okay for same-sex couples to be married in civil ceremonies. American Christian pastor and author Rick Warren makes a point that I believe we all need to remember. Our culture has accepted two huge lies. The first is that if you disagree with someone's lifestyle, you must fear or hate them. The second is that to love someone means you agree with everything they believe or do. Both are nonsense. You don't have to compromise convictions to be compassionate. I stand as a supporter and advocate for same-sex marriage because I support the belief in the right to be with the person you love. I would not have made it through these last 67 years without my wife and partner, Rosalind. I do not think it is right to deny anyone else the ability to have the person they love stand next to them and be joined in marriage, regardless of their gender. Love conquers all, and it should conquer this. Thank you. I had to make adjustments to mine because I didn't put some stuff. But I put the correct version in Dropbox.
Okay.
So
Do you want the hard copies or Dropbox version?
I'll take these versions.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.